Was ready to decide this through 9 innings, so they want to get a little extra work in, and we're going to go to the 10th, if not further, and the Saints will go with right-hander Joe D'Alessandro.
Well, Joe D, as they call him. 3.14 ERA coming in, 1-1, as you get a look at his statistics on the year. The Glassboro, New Jersey native. In his last outing, Joe struggled a little bit. He was back on the 13th. All the way back on the 13th. I'm talking like it was a long time ago. But 1 inning worked, 2 earned runs, walked 1, struck out none. That was in the 12-inning loss just yesterday.
It was just yesterday.
Doesn't seem like yesterday.
Tell you what are we, 10:20? Seems like 1 o'clock in the morning. This game just feels like it's dragged on. It's John Owings who's got the hat trick tonight. 3 strikeouts and the slider's outside for a ball, 1-1.
It's one sport you don't want to have a hat trick in. It's World Cup time.
George Samus looking at Jason Verdugo saying, if we keep going, who else do you have? And Verdugo said, I don't really know. That one grounded left side in the hole. Mays backhands. He'll have no play. He decides to throw it over there anyways, and John Owings able to get a hit. After going 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts and a grounded into a double play, and that's only a base hit because we're in extra innings. Watch what I mean by this. The third baseman, Steve Butler, is guarding the line against a double. Normally he'd probably be able to make that play.
And not to say that that throw was anywhere near getting away from Sheldon, but why even throw that with what we've seen the past few weeks?
Well, I agree with you. I agree.
Especially at this juncture in the game.
Kent Sakamoto, the batter, in the first pitch to him, and the breaking ball drops in for a called strike. Sakamoto, 1 for 4, RBI double back in the first inning. And he has not been heard from since. D'Alessandro in Glassboro, New Jersey. On the outside corner with that breaking pitch, and it's 0-2. 5'11", $195, 26 years of age, out of the College of New Jersey.
Pitched in the American Association last year with Wichita.
He was their closer for a little bit. The 0-2. Fastball got him looking on the outside corner, and Sakamoto is rung up.
Well, and does that?
That is 12.
That's
a season high. 6 by Schmidt, 4 by Foster, 1 by Twiddale, and on the New Balance Instant Replay, 1 for D'Alessandro. So that is a season high by the Saints pitching staff. And up will step Ray Serrano, who's 1 for 3. You look ahead to the bottom of the 10th inning, and it's everybody you want. Alley, Sheldon, Cooper, if anybody gets on, Brent Krause. Man on at first and 1 out in the first pitch. Hit hard off the mound to Carter. Bobbles it, goes second for 1, and wisely, Mays hangs on to it.
He was listening to me.
If Carter fields that cleanly, perhaps they turn 2, but if that ball doesn't hit the mound, that ball may be into center field. New Balance Instant Replay. Carter just bobbled it, but stayed with it. And it turns into a 4-6 putout. Fielder's choice. TJ Bond will be the batter, 1 for 4.
Well, and if you're George Samuelson, you're looking at this pitching. I know Twiddale has been used situationally for most of the year, but is having a pitcher pitch just a third of an inning, especially in this type of situation where you're short, do you look at that and say, well,
I think you feel your team can score a run at some point, that it's bound to turn. There's the fastball on the outside corner, 0-2. That at some point, at some time, Saints will come up with a big base hit to win it. You're not going to play 12, 13, 14 innings. I don't think you can play the game that way. I understand your question, and it's a good one. But I don't think you can play in anticipation of playing 14 innings. Fastball high, 1-2.
That being said, Twiddale may not have the endurance that a lot of the other relievers do.
No, but he's definitely more than a guy that can
Sure.
get out an occasional lefty. But there have been times where he's been given that inning or so, and he's given up some runs. Fastball just missed. I think that was a makeup call. I'm not going to lie. The strike 2 call was borderline. I think that was the makeup call. And Heron wants to go out there, say something to D'Alessandro. There's no doubt. George Samus feeling that was strike 3. Watch it again on the New Balance instant replay. It's close, but again, the strike 2 call was borderline, and it went for D'Alessandro. I think that one was a makeup, and it was a ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. Pitch on the way. Fouled off right side. Out of play. In case you're wondering about Owings, he's got 1 stolen base in 3 attempts. He is not much of a threat.
It's Serrano.
Oh, did I say Owings? I'm sorry. Oh, he was the one that was, well, he's even less of a threat, so it doesn't matter. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. Now one hit towards the left side and past Mays into left field. Serrano to second, and he'll hold. So now you've got the go-ahead run in scoring position.
Well, you look at that hit, and if that was Owings on first, I think he'd be on third right now, whereas Serrano had to hold.
That'll bring up Jared Keel. Here it is again. That ball hit through on the left side, and no chance for Mays to get it. So first and second. You've got 3 catchers on your roster, but Maris is already in this game. Thinking about pinch runners. Well, they don't have anybody else, unless you're going to pinch run a pitcher. Good slider and a miss down low, 1-0, because the only other bench guy has already hit, and he's in the ball game, Breidenbach. So that's why they're not pinch running for Serrano. 1 ball, no strikes on Keel. Fastball down and away, 2-0.
Jared Keel has had about as frustrating of a day as you could have.
3 strikeouts swinging, but he does have the walk, whereas Owings was 0 for 4 coming into the inning with the double play. 2-0. Inside, nearly hit him, 3-0. Pitch away, could load him up. Brett Maris is waiting on deck.
And this is what we've seen from D'Alessandro. He normally doesn't come in and mow down 3 in a row.
3-0. Down and away, ball 4, so there's the walk. Loads the bases. So Brett Maris will be the batter.
Came up with the bases loaded back in the 4th and got an RBI when he grounded out to short.
Something he won't be able to do this time around. So the bases are full. 2 outs here in the top of the 10th.
Fairly new goatee look for Joe D'Alessandro.
Maris has come up with the bases loaded once before tonight. He was 0 for 1. He's now 0 for 2. Good breaking pitch. Drops in for a strike, and it's 0-1. Fastball, slider, and change, although that looked more like a kind of curveball. It might have been the changeup, just a high change. No balls and a strike the count. There it is again, the changeup high, 1-1. In the heart of the order in the bottom of the 10th for the Saints, but the question is, will it be 2-all or will Sioux City have the lead? 1-1. Change up, hit in the air towards right center field. On the move is Schmeezing. He'll track it down, and that will end the inning. No runs, a hit, 2 hits, no errors, 3 left. We go to the bottom of the 10th. Big boys coming up. We're tied at 2. You're tuned into Saints Baseball on the Saints Broadcast Network.
If stormwater pollution were simply rubber duckies, it wouldn't matter what went down our storm drains, but it does, because stormwater pollution is not rubber duckies. It's trash, oil, cigarette butts, and pet waste flowing untreated to our lakes and rivers. So take a minute to clean water. Rake up, sweep up, and pick up. Cleaner streets mean cleaner water for all Minnesotans. So keep it clean, Minnesota.
The odds of this daughter of a clergyman spending 11 weeks at #1 on the U.S. singles charts? 1 in 19 million. The odds of going on to win 6 Grammy Awards? 1 in 1.4 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 150. I'm Toni Braxton, and I encourage you to learn the signs of autism at autismspeaks.org.
Honey, the credit fairy doesn't exist.
What?
It's make-believe. Nobody left anything under your pillow.
If there's no credit fairy, then we'll make our credit score go up.
We will, by doing things like paying our bills on time.
There's no magic to improving your credit, but there's help, and it's free. Go to creditfairy.org.
What?
Go to the bottom of the 10th inning, and well, yesterday was just a Sunday stroll in the park. Tonight, the Bengals will love it. It's a manic Monday. I go Gardner, the new pitcher, or the Sioux City Explorers.
Well, Michael Gardner, the veteran from Tampa, Florida, doesn't have an ERA on the year. You get a look at his stats right there on the screen. 6 innings pitched. His last outing came on the 11th. 2 innings, 1 run. It wasn't earned in Wichita. Must have been injured. He went from pitching on May 16th to pitching on June 8th.
And the Saints just need to get one somehow. Alley swings and fouls it off left side, out of play, 0-1. Always worth bringing up in these situations. Josh Alley has walked off, the only Saints walk-off this year, back in that first series. And the last walk-off home run was by Ryan Grip in 2007. The 0-1. Fastball down and in, 1-1. Does Josh Alley want to add his name to that list? Alley went deep yesterday. 1 ball and 1 strike, the count.
People out in the SS Pork Chop getting their money's worth this evening.
Actually, it was 2 days ago Alley went deep.
Still a packed party deck out there.
Downstairs, 2 balls and a strike. If you're having a good time, it doesn't matter the time of day. You're just hoping to be able to celebrate. So are those guys.
They look pretty happy, don't they?
And you want to be able to know you're going to win. Swung on and hit in the air to center field. Moving to his right is Jones. That ball is just moving. Wow. That ball started in straightaway center and ended up basically at left field. I'm going to bring up Ole Sheldon.
Well, in these conditions, if there's one guy on either team that has the pop and the strength to get it out of here, it's this guy. And what a way it would be to show his family that's in town. Hopefully they're still here for him.
Yeah, I wonder if they are. First pitch on the way. Fastball a little bit high for ball 1-0. I'm not sure where the family section for the players are. I know where the family section of this ballpark is, but Sheldon, couple of hits in 3 at-bats. He walked his last time up. He's also scored a run. Gardner, the 1-0. Swung on and drilled to left field. Well hit. Owings going back at the track, and it's gone! Walk it off, Ole Sheldon!
Right on cue.
Well, that's the way to end this one emphatically. He got into one. And the question was, would it be high enough? And it was, and Ole Sheldon walks it off in dramatic fashion, and the St. Paul Saints win this ball game 3-2. Wow.
An absolute frozen rope to left field, and it almost made it into a hot tub.
Watch it again. Here it is. This is just a fastball about thigh high that came back over the plate, and I think Sheldon knew it. Watch this again. He got it all. And, I mean, that ball was crushed. That one was about to take a swim.
Home run number 11 on the air as you get another look at it. Ole Sheldon, like we were saying, if there was one guy that had the power, the ball was not carrying tonight, Sean, it would be him.
So not since 2007 was the last time the Saints walked it off with a home run. And I believe we've got Corbu Status down on the field with tonight's hero, Ole Sheldon. Corbu, take it away.
All right, thanks a lot, Sean. Of course, Ole Sheldon with us. Take us through the at-bat. What were you looking for?
Well, he went first pitch fastball up, so he knows the ball's not traveling well today. I'll just look into it for another fastball. And we got it, and that was it. I mean, that's a good win. That's a good win.
You guys have been struggling with coming up with that big base hit. Take a little pressure off the team?
You know, I don't know. I mean, we've been in a lot of games. It's also obviously real good to get a win tonight. We're right there. We really are. So I hope maybe this sparks something and we can get it going a little bit more.
You got to feel confident that this team has the ability to win, but the wins just haven't come.
Absolutely. And this is a game where it's a fine line. It's a fine line right now, I believe, between our team where we're sitting in the league standings, in the first place Sioux Falls, because I think we can play with them. So we'll bring our best stuff, they'll bring theirs, and hopefully we get a chance to play with them in the end.
Ole, thanks a lot. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's Ole Sheldon getting the first pie in the face for the nice walk-off home run. Back up to you.
Well, his family was here. His uncle, his dad, his wife, and they all got to cheer. Hopefully they're still here, as we said. We don't know, but there's no doubt who our Pioneer Press player of the game is, what the play of the game is, all rolled into one. It's Ole Sheldon's walk-off home run right there, the first time since 2007. The last time the Saints walked off a ball game with a home run. Reach for a Pioneer Press or log on to TwinCities.com for your local news, reviews, and sports. Proud to be a member of the Saints team, Pioneer Press and TwinCities.com, proud sponsors of fun. Final totals on the ball game for the Saints: 3 runs, 5 hits, 1 error. They left 8. For the Explorers, 2 runs, 9 hits, 1 error. They left 12. And the winning pitcher, it turns out to be Joe D'Alessandro. He goes to 2-1. The loss, well, it goes to Michael Gardner. He gave it up. And for Gardner, he goes to 1-1. The Saints remembered what it was like a few days ago in Lincoln when they got walked off, and they get to experience the jubilation here tonight. Tomorrow night, 7:05 start time, right back here on the Saints Cable Network. Ryan Morse, the lefty for the Saints, 2-0 and a 3.27 ERA. The Explorers will go with the right-hander Michael Ryder, 1-4 and a 4.66 ERA. There you see the rest of the schedule. Wednesday's an afternoon game. Tomorrow, pregame show 7 o'clock on the Saints Cable Network, 6:55 on Relevant Radio, 1330. For tonight, you can stick around for the postgame show with Charlie Beatty. He'll give you all the highlights, including the walk-off homer. So for Charlie, for Neil Malone, for Corbu Status, for everybody in the truck, I'm Sean Aronson saying so long and good night as the Saints walk it off in 10, 3-2. Good night, everybody.